I think it all depends on the person, right? Because I remember last night there was a guy, I forgot his name, Manic, or it started with an M, and he was saying he could not date a woman unless she, he'll never look at a person who worked for McDonald's. He would never look at a certain
Manic
person.
genius.
Yeah. So that's his standard of woman. He wants a woman who is on the same intellectual level as him. They have
You a mute? So it wasn't, he was talking about so she can go 50-50. And there's nothing wrong with that. But I'm saying that his ideology is based on her contributing equally to the household. So
but he mentioned he wanted a person, he wanted a person who thinks a lot like him, like on the same intellectual level as him.
Right. So the reason I'm saying that is he could clarify, because I'm sure he would, but he would clarify. But I think that somebody could be on the same intellectual level as anyone, and it doesn't necessarily translate to finances. So
it doesn't translate to finances, but it does translate to what you're capable of. I mean, I think that I don't really know many smart people who would choose to be a cashier at Walmart. It just doesn't make any sense. The amount of money you're getting for the labor doesn't make any sense for the average smart person.
Is Miss Taken in the back?
Is she? Because she's calling me. Yeah, she's there.
Okay. Now we only got one person echoing, so that'd be just you.
Okay, go ahead. So I think that's the reason why Now, if you're working tomorrow, you're in you do the management program different. If you're just you're entry level, straight out of college, different. But a person who works there, and this is not this, I'm not trying to down anybody who works for, because I'm actually grateful that you work there. Because if you didn't, I don't know how I do. But it just doesn't make sense for the amount of money you're getting and the labor that you get for the amount of money that you're getting.
Yeah, I get it. I'm not gonna really job shame nobody, because
I'm not trying to job shame anybody either, but I'm just
again, I think the more important factor isn't the title or the position. I think the way you're viewing it is from a lens where women view men's job titles, and it's just not the same.
Well, men job titles are very different. I think that women look at men different than women look at. There's a difference between what women look for and what men look for. Right now, we're just talking about men, what men look for. We're going to talk about what women look for in a second.
To rephrase, do you think your husband married you because of the job or the profession that you was going into?
Nah, but I don't think that would be fair to even think about just on the strength that we were in college. So neither one of us had a job.
But you could have been pre-med, or he could have found somebody that was going into law, or if that was what he was desiring, right?
Yeah, I don't think at that time a career focus. He wasn't looking for that. Not in college. When he was choosing a mate, it wasn't even choosing a mate to settle down. He was just choosing them. So
voila, I got you.
What he was looking for had nothing to do with career.
So when I was a teenager, and I had a similar ideology where, like, my first girl was on the National Honor Society, and she was going to be she became a lawyer, a patent engineer, or a patent lawyer, and she got an engineering degree. And then the next one was a nurse practitioner. But that wasn't a defining factor. It just happened to be what they was doing. Like, it was about energy than anything. You could have put that same profession on somebody with worse energy, and I wouldn't fuck with her.
Well,
I think at that point in time, he fell in line with what most of y'all say was in terms of looks. That's all. At that point in time, he was just looking for attractive women or women with the type of body that he liked. I don't think it went any further than that at that point in time.
But let me say, so we have to remember, this is not one size fits all. There are men who want women who are, it's like power couple, like HD mentioned earlier. Like, we want to be a power couple. We want to get this money together. Somebody who can run a business. If I'm not there, mistaken and not know somebody, he wants a woman who's going to be able to step in. He wants to own a business. He wants her to run the business. So obviously you have to have some type of
Why he not married?
Well, he was married.
He has been married.
Did she run his business?
That's exactly why he said he knows what
go.
he wants. Yeah.
How long you been single for?
Maybe 3 or 4
years, I
5
think,
4 years.
now.
Is he older than 35?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Does he have a woman he potentially wants to marry right now?
He has a woman.
I don't know if you want to marry. I don't know if you want to marry her.
Okay, is she capable of running his businesses?
Appear to be.
But you don't think you want to marry her? Interesting. All right.
Listen, I got a homeboy.
So
I got a homeboy. He just recently got married, and he makes it clear. He said, "Yo, you got degrees, you got skills. We are a team. You better be making this money." And I was like, okay. And then I was questioning him about a couple of things. I was just like, okay. And then because I told him what I would want and what I would deal with and what I would want in the long term. And then I said, eventually, because a lot of women don't care about moving up like that. She fine where she at. She gonna stay there, make her coins, then she go home and chill. And I said, eventually she gonna stop working. He's like, yeah, and eventually you're gonna be paying for everything. He said, yeah. And I was just like, and then the more you ask guys, it's like when they want women to work, it's because, listen, we gonna get this nest egg, we gonna get these funds, and it's for a short season. Eventually, he gonna be paying for everything. And sometimes even when he got money, because like even right now, they got it set up that he's taking care of all of her financial issues. And then they live on one salary. And I'm just like, if that's not, anytime I hear a woman complain about a brother that's willing to take care of your debt, like, it's like when I hear women talk bad about certain men, I just be like, bro, you don't even understand the men that is out here that is perfectly fine giving you the world, but you don't care nothing about them. This man is willing to take his money to pay your problems to make sure that you straight and set you up. And there's no even guarantee that this relationship gonna work, but he gonna do that for you. And I just be like, oh, some women just so ungrateful.
But what I find, honestly, in real world, not YouTube, is that most men pick women that they're pretty much on the same level. So if like you're not very rare, I'm not going to say it ever happens, but very rarely are you going to see a millionaire that is married to somebody from Walmart. I'm not saying it doesn't ever happen, but usually it's the circles that you run in. So typically you're not going to have a Walmart girl running in a millionaire clique, right? Or even like coming out of college, everybody that I know that has been married coming out of college, they are married to somebody who also went to college. Anybody, like the most people that I know, like especially guys that are go-getters, that are like trying to climb that ladder, a lot of the women that they had were the same type of women. They wanted them to climb together. So just in my own, I don't know if this is, well, stats do show that, but just in my real world experience, that kind of aligns with what the stats are saying, that you pretty much are marrying somebody who's kind of your counterpart in that regard, in the socioeconomic aspect, educational aspect, things like that.
How many extremely successful women do you know?
A lot. All my friends are successful.
How many of them are married to an extremely successful man?
All of them.
Oh, okay, well.
Matter of fact, so out of if I talk about my clique,
I know 3, and yeah.
Mm-hmm. So if I talk about my clique of friends, one is the breadwinner, just one. The rest of first of all my friends are married, except for me. But all of them are with breadwinners, and they all are with men, even though they make a lot of money themselves. They don't pay necessarily bill. Only one pays the breadwinner, and she pays the bills. The rest of them are in a situation where the husband pays the bills, even though she has a nice job herself.
So you saying black men is out here taking care of their business and marrying these women? Shout out to the black man.
In Atlanta, I mean, at least in my group of friends.
We need to hear about these men more.
And Mistaken's met most of my friends.
Yeah, listen, man. Men in general be taking care of women like above and beyond. The only thing is that a lot of guys like to cheat. Not necessarily because they don't got a good woman, it's just because they like women, and then they see women and they want to be with women. And I mean, I just think that a lot of guys get a bad rep because many times women get a really good deal of a guy, but he's boring to her. And so she starts being like, all right, I done had enough of this boring situation that's been taking care of me X amount of time. And then she's like, yo, I'm out, bro.
True. I don't think that's true. I think that
you gotta think it's true, but that don't mean that it's not true.
Well, the stats show that women who are in situations where he's the breadwinner tend to, even though we have millionaires who they get divorced, they tend to stay longer in situations than people the opposite. So the research doesn't support that.
Research does support it because women leave relationships, leave marriages.
Right. Because most women are not in that situation. Most women are paying bills. Let's be very clear. If most women are not in a situation where their husbands are paying all the bills, that is a new phenomenon. Let's just be honest, okay? So
didn't you just say that most women
right? I said that is a new.
Friends don't represent most women though.
My friends are not most women for real. So what I'm saying, in regular everyday Joes, if I go to Alabama, all these towns, right? They're not making Atlanta. I live in a major city. This is already abnormal. The environment is, okay? So with that being said, most people are paying the bills with their spouse. They're not just living and he's paying all the bills. That's for the most part. And stats have shown, the research shows that when a man is financially stable and he is the breadwinner, women tend to second guess leaving. So they hate me. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Hetty. Now let me mute.
AP, you go ahead.
I want to say this real quick, ladies. Most men actually want to take care of their woman. Most men don't really want their women to work if they don't have to. If they were capable of being able to take care of them on just their resources alone. Unfortunately, their resources won't, in many cases, allow them to cover an entire house by themselves, which is why women find themselves having to pay bills even though they're in relationships. Another part of that is I believe that certain people try to carry certain lifestyles that are above what they should be trying to carry. Lower your lifestyle, stack yourself, get your money up, and then you can start to try to live that lifestyle. But until then, live below your means. Yes, women, I know you say things like, oh, I can do bad all by myself. Baby girl, you're doing bad all by yourself. Try splitting that shit. Because I promise you, your man wants to take care of you. He does. Look that man right in the face. He wants to take care of you. And as soon as he's in a position to where he can take care of you, if you that chick, he will take care of you. But quit talking bad about these dudes because they're only making $50,000 a year. Bitch, you only making $50,000 a year. Now combined, y'all are making $90,000 a year. Stack your shit. Live a lower lifestyle than what you think you deserve. Grow y'all shit, and I promise y'all will grow together. I promise y'all will grow together. And things would then change. I'm done. Ham sandwich.
Ham sandwich ain't playing around.